Hey Canucks fans, the Canucks were back at practice today. Small tweak in their lines as they prepare to host the Ducks tomorrow night. I'm Canuck Clay, and this is my Canucks take all in one take. It's Clay's Canucks commentary for Friday, February the 18th. If you're new, here's what you should do. Hit the subscribe button now for daily Canucks insight that's positive, timely, and trustworthy. As you know, if you follow me on any type of social media, especially Twitter, I was not watching the game last night. I was playing for the vigil prayers for my dear friend Yanta, and I just got out of playing for the piano for her funeral mass. So 2 beautiful services honoring a good friend of mine, a brave, courageous, wonderful soul named Yanta. She passed away last Tuesday, ironically the same day that my wife was having surgery to check out her cancer. Yanta passed away last Tuesday after an 8-year battle with cancer. So God bless you, Yanta. I miss you already, and pray for us as we continue to pray for you. I was able to go home and not watch last night's game its entirety, but I basically watched the third period overtime, and I watched, of course, all of the goals, and I skimmed through the rest of the most of the game. So I kind of know what's going on. I won't do a full recap now because it's already yesterday, but I will say that was interesting. It was almost a tale of 2 games. The Canucks dominate the first period, outshooting the Sharks, I think 15-4. And then the Sharks dominated the second period, outshooting the Canucks 15-5. Third period, I think it's still, the Sharks, I guess, played a bit better considering they tied up the game late. But overall, obviously, I'm glad that the Canucks got the win. I'm glad they got the 2 points as opposed to the 1, and certainly better than getting 0. Yes, you let San Jose escape with a point. Well, you could say that, but then you could also say that San Jose was the better team. So could you say that the Canucks were the team that escaped with 2 points? Regardless, it doesn't matter at this point how you get them. It's just a matter of getting them. So the Canucks get 2, San Jose gets 1. San Jose, one of the few teams that the Vancouver Canucks are actually already ahead of in the standings. So obviously it helps anytime that you're getting the 2 and the other team isn't. But the Canucks are going to want to clean up their game, especially as they take on teams like Anaheim this Saturday. Then there's a Seattle one on Monday, and then certainly against the red hot Calgary Flames. See what I did there on Thursday night. Now, when you look at the game itself, Thatcher Demko was just okay. He was normal as opposed to superhuman. So he made 24 saves on 28 shots. A couple of the goals, though, I didn't really like that they beat him on the short side. There was the game tying goal with half a second left. And I think it was the second or third goal by San Jose as well that beat him on the short side. The first one you couldn't do anything. That was Tyler Myers deflecting it past him. And I can't remember what the other goal was. But I do remember that at least 2 goals were on his short side. Also didn't like, it's not like I didn't like Demko's game, but it's something I noticed. Also, special teams, horrible again for the Canucks. 0 for 4 on the power play, despite having some new looks, Podkolzin and Höglander on there. So 0 for 4, and then they only killed off 1 of 3 San Jose power plays on their side. So that's bad. That's 0% on the power play, only 33% on the penalty kill. That's a CCSTS, Clay's came to the special team stat of 33%. Simply not good enough. So against better teams, that's going to come back to bite them. But there were some good things. Obviously, multiple point nights for JT Miller, Elias Pettersson, and Quinn Hughes. You'd expect to hear it from those 3 guys. And Kyle Burroughs. Yes, Kyle Burroughs had a multi-point night last night, filling in on the 3rd pairing. So with Hamonic back, playing 16 minutes, I think Hamonic had 6 or 7 block shots, which is pretty good. But of course, all the minutes going to the big 3 of Hughes with 25, Ekman Larson Myers with 23 minutes each, then Hamonic, Schenn, and Burroughs all getting in the 15-16 minute range. But that's kind of the way the Canucks, you're not double shifting Hughes, but you're basically having Hughes play with both Myers and sometimes with OEL once in a blue moon, although they're both on the left side. So, and then with special teams too, especially power plays, then you're going to see Hughes get a lot more time. So it was great to have Hughes back. Obviously a 2-point night, a goal and an assist. His goal, a bit of a fluky one, but he still made some really good plays leading up to that goal, and the way he kept the puck in the zone and the way he gained the zone. So we're obviously a much better team with Quinn Hughes in the lineup. I really noticed Pettersson, although I didn't watch the full game, the parts I watched, he was good on the puck. He was strong on the puck. He was deking guys out, getting through the neutral zone, gaining the offensive zone. I thought Pettersson had a really strong game. Really nice pass on the game-winning goal to JT Miller in overtime. JT Miller, what can you say about him? He's so clutch. Another game-winning goal, another overtime goal. Just love what he brings to the team. That's why all this talk about trading him is so intriguing. It's maddening at sometimes. It makes sense at sometimes, but we know that's going to be one of the biggest stories over the next 4.5 weeks leading up to the trade deadline. And and then to wrap it all up, it would be nice if the Canucks somehow did not have to get to overtime. And that last shift, you thought they got it out with 10 seconds left, so the San Jose Sharks only had actually 8 or 9 seconds to gain the zone and score, but they did. Horvat stumbles at the line. Tyler Myers, for some reason, jumps to the blue line instead of checking the guy that was skating towards the net. Maybe he thought that Hamonic or Ekman Larson or someone else was I can't remember who was on there, was going to check him. But regardless, not the best decision making for the Canucks. It didn't come back to bite them in the fact that they got the 2 points, but you still gave San Jose one of them. So at practice today, the lines were a small shift in the lines. So you still have Horvat with Miller and Besser. They've been playing well together. Then your second line was now Petey with Podkolzin and Garland. So where Petey with Pearson and Garland. So this is how they ended up the game yesterday. They made the switch in the second period yesterday. Maybe they wanted to generate more offense or basically, so you take the two young guys, Podkolzin and Höglander, you drop them down to the third line, the so-called third line with Dickinson, and you move Dickinson's wingers, Pearson and Garland, up to play with Petey. That makes more sense. We've seen a PPG line of Podkolzin, Pettersson, and Garland. So we know that Pettersson and Garland played together. Now it's PPG with Pearson, Pettersson, and Garland. So now your top six, that kind of makes sense, of Horvat, Miller, Besser, Pettersson, Pearson, and Garland. And then you have Höglander, Podkolzin right now playing with Dickinson. It's listed as the third line, but in reality it could be the fourth line considering how well Mott, Lammikko, and Highmore have been playing. Reunited last night with Highmore's return, and of course Lammikko gets that goal. Kyle Burrow's shot goes off of Lammikko's lower body. That didn't sound right, but it's true. Then on D, you have Oyel and Myers. You have Hughes playing with Schenn. It's interesting. Hughes played with Schenn well 2 years ago, or 3 years ago when Hughes debuted. Last year, Hughes was good with Hamonic. With Hamonic coming back, I wasn't sure which way they were going, but they went with Hughes and Schenn, and that means that it's going to be some combination of Hamonic, Burrows, and Hunt. And then when you have Pullman come back soon, hopefully, then it kind of muddles that up even more. But for the most part, expect to see a top four of Oyel, Myers, and Hughes and Schenn. All right, Canucks fans, so I'm a little late, but let me know what you thought about last night's game. I didn't really do what I liked, what I didn't like, and one other thing, because this wasn't a true post-game video. But if you want to talk about what you liked, what you didn't like, one other thing, I kind of talked about it. I liked Hughes' game. I liked Pettersson's game. I didn't like the special teams. And one other thing, I didn't like the last second goal by San Jose. But one other thing, the Canucks are only 3 points out of a playoff spot now. Sure, Anaheim's got a couple games in hand, but that's going to be a big game on tomorrow night because they're chasing Anaheim for the last wildcard spot. I know there are 3 or 4 other teams that are in that race. But now, with 52 points 52 points in 50 games, the Canucks need 42 points in their final 32. So I peg that at 20, 10, and 2. Just below a 667 points percentage. So they got to go 20 wins, 10 losses, and 2 extra time losses. So 20 wins, 12 losses. Doable. That's the pace that they've been going under Bruce Boudreau. So we'll see what happens, and we'll see what happens when the Canucks play in front of a full capacity crowd tomorrow. So once again, leave a comment down below. Tell me what you liked, tell me what you didn't like, and tell me one other thing about last night's game. Shout out to my sponsors, Perform and Transform, personal training and weight loss. Sign up now for a free 7-day trial. Use the link in my video descriptions. Shout out to Advanced City Experts Real Estate Group. Contact Jason Lim and his team for all of your real estate needs. Also, thank you to legendary Lucas Gates, legendary Justin Credible, legendary Andrew Chang, hero member nucksfan number 29, Hall of Fame members Jens 95, Sim Alexander, Chris Seifert, Adam Brewfield, Shannon Hollingworth, HSM Fangirl Gaming, Smooth Groove, Fung Q, and Carol Bovenlander. Thanks for your support as always, and thanks to the support of all members of all levels. If you want to become a member of the CCC Crew, press the join button underneath this or my videos, or the memberships tab on my YouTube channel. Franchising up, Zoom chat this Sunday night at 8:30 p.m. Pacific. Okay, friends, subscribe if you'd like to, like this video if you'd like to, become a member or upgrade if you'd like to, leave a comment down below if you'd like to. Stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. Have a great day. God bless, and go Canucks go.